All right, folks, welcome to Honors Algebra 2, Section 2.3.2.4 video. We can see this is Section 2.3 here. And a little refresher, slope is, change in y over change of x. I think everyone's gotten these notes. You might have seen it like this, written as a formula last year. y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. I will always do difference of the y's over difference of the x's, which is the same thing as that, really. Okay, and now when I say difference of y, I'm always going to do the bigger y minus the smaller y. Pause this video whenever you need. Let's do number 2 together. So the slope, here's what I'm going to do, m for slope. 13 minus a negative 7. 13 is the bigger y. If I can avoid negatives, I'm going to try to do that. Over, because I started with this 13, I have to do 5 minus a negative 4. 20 over 9 is perfect answer for that slope. 20 over 9. That's really what I want to do with you on page 12. Let's go to page 13. 13, let's talk about 8 and 9. 8 and 9 on 13. I think you can see them both. Bigger y minus the smaller y. So 4 minus a negative 3. Now this doesn't mean I'm always going to get a positive slope. I'm just going to make sure my numerator is positive. I don't want to have a negative divided by negative situation. So 4 minus a negative 3 over 6 minus 8. 7 over a negative 2. See, this has a negative slope. Just has a negative slope. Negative 7 over 2 is my slope there. Number 9. M is equal to, bigger y's there this time, 4 minus a negative 5 over negative 7 minus 8. This is another negative slope. You get 9 over a negative 15. Kick that negative out of the denominator. Put it on the outside, negative 3/5. All right. Then on the next section, determine the rate of change. Let's do these together. Determine the rates of change. Remember here, what am I working with? Y equals mx plus b. All right. So, a few different ways we can do 12. I mean, if you want to be real precise, I mean, you can move everything over there, but why... y can be on the left if you want to keep it on the left, but why not move y to the right there? Folks, all we care about, if I ask you the rate of change, all I care about is the number attached to x when y is all by itself, which it is now. When I divide by 15, I have a single y. So my slope is 12 over 15. 12 over 15 is 4/5. All right? Let's talk about 13. If you want, you could get rid of the denominators. Multiply by 24. 4y plus 24 times 3, 72 divided by 8. It's 9x. It's equal to 288. Move the x over. 4y is a negative 9x plus 288. Again, all I care about is when I get y all by itself, what will be attached to x. The slope is a negative 9/4. That's the way you can show the work for me on that first quiz in chapter 2. All right, page 14. Talk about slope. Hashtag game time. Just find the slope. So number 2. Slope is equal to difference of the y's over difference of the x's. 14 over a negative 5, which is a negative 14 over 5. Okay. Let's talk about 3. Slope is 7 minus 3 over negative 8 minus 2. Negative 2/5. Then, let's keep going. Let's talk about number 8. Slope is bigger y is 11. 11 minus a negative 9 over 13 minus 8. Bigger y minus a smaller y. I always want a positive numerator if I can. So, here was y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. The same thing on 10, whereas same thing on 9. Whereas in 11, I would do y2 minus y1. It's just going to change. I will be consistent, and then I will do always the bigger y minus the smaller y. Oh, this is a good one here. 12 divided by 0. It's not 0. It's not 12. It's not a negative 12. It's undefined. This has no slope. It's a cliff. Undefined. Just write UND for me. Please. All right, let's go to the next page. Let's talk about number 15. This is a rate of change. Again, rate of change, y equals mx plus b. Just get the y all by itself. Again, why don't I move the y over while moving the 23 over? 14x minus 16 is equal to 5y. Divide by 5. The slope is a 14 over 5. All right. Many ways to do that. I think that is a pretty efficient way, and that's our goal in Algebra 2. Let's learn how to do some things with efficiency. Here, I'm just going to multiply everything by 24. Third of 24 is 8. 8y. Now, you could move this over, multiply by 3. That's no big deal. Many different ways to do this. 24 times 5 is 120. Divided, I should put that, divided by 8 is 15 equals 288. 8y is this should be an x, goodness, is a negative 15x plus 288. Divide by 8, divide by 8, divide by 8. You're looking at the slope. It's negative 15 over 8. All right. Then let's conclude on this page with number 21. All right, this will be a nice long video here of answers. I'm going to get rid of the 2 and 3 by multiplying by 6. It's going to be 9x minus 8y is a negative 72. Move that over. Negative 8y is a negative 9x minus 72. Divide by negative 8. M is equal to a negative 9 over negative 8. 9/8. All right. Page 16. So we did 23 and 25 in class. So let me help you with 24 and 26 on page 24. On number 24 here. You know the slope. All right. Here you have, no, we did. Yeah, 24 is in the video. Sorry about that. Perfect. I was looking at the wrong one. Again, that's a y value, so r minus 1 over 5 minus 8. I'm going to put the r first as the y value there. Okay, so I have 1 over 3 is equal to r minus 1 divided by a negative 3. All right, negative 3 is equal to 3r minus 3. 0 is equal to 3r. R is equal to 0. All right, 26. Negative 4 is equal to, this time I do have y's, and negative 2 is bigger, so I'm going to be consistent. Bigger y minus a smaller y over that x minus r. So I do have a negative r here. That's all right. I want to be consistent. Negative 4 over 1 is equal to 4 over 8 minus r. Time to cross multiply. 4 is equal to negative 32 plus 4r. 36 is equal to 4r. R is 9. How about that? R is 9. Trying to get that to stay there. All right, so then page 17, at the bottom of page 17, let's talk about 2 and 4. All right, bottom of page 17, let's do 2 and 4. Y is equal to a negative 2/3 x plus b. You have an x and a y that this line goes through. So 4 is equal to a negative 2/3 times a negative 6 plus b. 4 is equal to 4 plus b. B is 0. So we don't write plus 0. That's kind of silly. Instead, we just say y is a negative 2/3 x. All right, so it goes to the origin, 0, 0. Here we have y is a negative 3x plus b, but stop me. You know what the y-intercept is. When x is 0, you have your y-intercept. Y is a negative 3x minus 7. No need to plug a negative 7 in for y and 0 in for x. All right, on page 18, there are 3 that I want to do with you. 8, 9, and 10. Write the equation of the line through those 2 points. All right, so the slope is 4. Oh, no, I'm going to do 8 minus 4 over a negative 2 minus a negative 6. 4 over 4 is 1. So y equals 1x or x plus b. Going to use, maybe use that one. Y is 8 when x is a negative 2, so b is 10. Y is equal to x plus 10. All right, equation of my line there. Slope of 1's pretty cool. Worked out well for us there. Let's talk about number 9. We might have a fraction here. Let's do 9 and 10 for this page. And this is the page you want to have everything ready and done with through page 18. And then the other questions I do here with you. Oops, sorry about that. Nope, want to avoid that. So slope is 4 minus a negative 3 over negative 1 minus 1. 7 over a negative 2, which is a negative 7 over 2. Slope is a negative 7 over 2. So, y is equal to a negative 7 over 2x plus b. Don't see anything great because I'd like to multiply x there by, I'm sorry, negative 7 over 2 by an even number that I can plug in for x. Said I want to get rid of that negative by multiplying it by another negative. Plug negative 1 in for x, 4 in for y. So I'm going to write it here. It's going to be 7 over 2 plus b, whereas 4 is going to be written as 8 over 2, because that's what 4 is. So 1/2 is b. Y is a negative 7 over 2x plus 1/2. All right. Then I'm going to do number 10. So the slope is 7 minus a negative 13 over 5 minus a negative 3. 20 over 8, which is 5 over 2. Another fraction. Another fraction. Y is 5 over 2x plus b. Well, you might get fractions. Sometimes they multiply out. So this one doesn't. I'm going to use the one that's in the first quadrant there. Plug 5 in for x. This is going to be 25 over 2. So I'm going to rewrite 7 as 14 over 2. I'm going to subtract 25 from 14. Negative 11 over 2 is b. Y is 5 over 2x minus 11 over 2. All right, that is page 18. Let's go look at page 19. You know that parallel lines have the same slope, equal slope. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slope. If you missed class, that's what you missed. Write that down. This is what we'll be finishing. There's 13. I'm like, where am I looking at? Sorry. 13. Let's see if we can bring this down. All right, technology. So I want the equation of a line that's both parallel. Let's do parallel first. To this line, but goes through this point. So my parallel line has the same slope. My slope's going to be 2. So y is 2x plus b. But my parallel line is going to go through negative 4, 11. So my parallel line will have a different y-intercept, and that y-intercept is 19. So y is 2x plus 19 is an equation of a line that is parallel to y equals 2x minus 5, and it goes through negative 4, 11. Let's talk about the perpendicular line. Perpendicular slope. So first off, 2 is 2 over 1. Opposite sign is a negative, and flip it, negative 1/2. So y is a negative 1/2 x plus b. Gonna plug 11 in for y. A negative 4 for x plus b. 11 equals 2 plus b, and 9 is b. Y equals a negative 1/2 x plus 9 would be my equation. All right, that's the name of the game for all 4 of these. So let's do 15 together here soon. Wrapping up this video. Number 15. So your parallel line is going to have a slope of negative 3. Y equals negative 3x plus b. And it goes through negative 2, negative 5. So negative 5 is equal to negative 3 times a negative 2 plus b. 5 is equal to 6 plus b. Negative 11 is equal to b. Y is a negative 3x minus 11. All right, so I think you can see that. Perpendicular line is going to have, so this is negative 3 over 1. So first off, your perpendicular slope is going to be positive. Flip it, 1/3. So y equals a third x plus b. Oh, bummer. Should have made that a negative 3. Well, no big deal. We're going to have to do it. Negative 5 is equal to 1/3 and negative 2 plus b. This is a negative 2/3 fraction. So I'm going to call negative 5 negative 15/3 multiplied by 3. Why 3? Because you're going to add 2/3 to it. Add subtractions, or add or subtract fractions if you have the same denominator. Add 2/3 to it. Negative 13 over 3 is b. So y is equal to a third x minus 13 over 3. That is my equation for the perpendicular line. All right, let's talk about this next page. Slope-intercept form. Number 2. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line described. Well, 2 is great because it gives you the slope. Y is a negative 2x plus b. It goes through 3 for y and a negative 5 for x. 3 is equal to 10 plus b. Negative 7 is b. So your equation is y is a negative 2x minus 7. That is your equation. All right, you can pause this whenever you need to. Let's talk about 6. Y is a 3/5 x plus b. You go through that x and y. 1 is equal to 3/5, negative 10 plus b. Add 6 to both sides. B is 7. y is 3/5 x plus 7. And then number 7, we'll have a fraction involved, but that fraction's not terrible. Y is a 1/2 x plus b. All right, so this is 3/2 plus b. 13 is 26/2. 23/2 is b. Put it all together. Y is a 1/2 x plus 23/2. So you get fractions. You take calculus with me. Pre-calc next year, you'll get more fractions. No big deal. I want to do 4 more total. It's a long video. Next page, let's do number 10 and 13. Gotta find the slope. So I thought that was a -4 for a second, or -6. Sorry, 6 minus 4. Over a -1 minus 3 to -1/2. Nothing for the x's is even. Y is a -1/2 x plus b. I'm just going to pick the positive one there. So 4 is a -1/2 times 3 plus b. This is a -3/2. This is 8/2. Add 3/2 it, you get 11/2 is b. And then put your answer together. There it is. -1/2 x plus 11/2. Just rewrite that. And then, yay, no fraction on 13. Let's look at 13. And then 2 on the last one. And this will be a long video, but this will conclude your game plan. You guys will be ready on Monday and Tuesday to turn this in. M, at the end of class, that is, M is 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 1. 2/2 is 1. So y equals x plus b. Let's choose that one. 3 equals 1 plus b. B is 2. Y is whatever x is plus 2. That is on there. Final page. Let's look at the right side. Write an equation slope-intercept form for the line that satisfies the set of conditions. So it's perpendicular to that line. So the perpendicular slope, if this slope is 3/1, the perpendicular slope is a -1/3. Y is a -1/3 x plus b, and it goes through that x, that y. -13 is a -1/3 times 9 plus b. -13 is a -3 plus b. -10 is b. All right. Y is a -1/3 x minus 10. And then we have one with parallel. A line that is parallel to 3/4 x minus 5, and it goes through that point. It goes through that x and y. So first off, your slope is going to be 3/4. Okay. 17 is y when x is a -6. So that is actually a -9/2. -18/4 is 9/2. So this is 34/2. Add 9/2 to it. Okay, so y is a -3/4 x plus 43/2. Oh man, that is it, folks. That is your second half of the game plan. This is Yak Math Video signing out.